Hey, welcome to Quest for Gear. Today we're going to be checking out the Triangle Big Muff by Electro Harmonix. We're going to unbox it and we're going to plug it in and try it. Again, this is Quest for Gear. Like and subscribe if you feel like it. I like triangles. In Griftonomics, I find they are a very good hierarchical shape in business to make money. The triangle shape is great for, your buddy sends you $1 and that guy sends him $1 and the next guy sends $1. But yet YouTube says you can't do that anymore. Anyway, let's get to the pedal. We're going to go ahead and put this in the phone holster. And the girlfriend has got this thing all out of whack. We need two phone holsters around here. All right, tighten that up and we'll get to the unboxing. Let's see here. I got this used from a store, not along in McQuaid here in Canada, a different store, an independent store that I like shopping at. So I got it for about 120 Canadian. I think they go for about 156 Canadian usually. Your original pie, sometimes that says the goat. I've got the Electro Harmonix ram's head too, and you pull it out and it says the goat. Over here it will tell you that it's the Triangle Big Muff. And let's take a look. So this is one of the first circuits, just so you know. The Triangle is one of the very first Electro Harmonix Big Muff circuits. There are lots of Big Muffs, as you probably know. There's the Russian, there's the New York, there's the Ram's Head, there's the Nano Russian, there's the Metal Muff, there's the Op Amp. There are so many muffs, and there are third-party clones of them. Here we have it. Now, I will tell you, this does come with a Mike Matthews 9-volt already in. At least mine did in the country of Canada. I don't know. Maybe you live in a country where they're not allowed to ship 9 volts in the box. I don't know. Mine come with a 9-volt Mike Matthews in it. I find the Mike Matthews 9-volt batteries highly collectible. Who's going to throw out a picture of Mike Matthews? Not me. You're like, who's Mike Matthews? Well, as my daughter says, who's the old lady on the battery? But he's not an old lady. It's Mike Matthews. He's the Electro Harmonix guy. All right. We will take a look here. This is metal. As you would expect, super solid. I have never in my life had a problem with an Electro Harmonix pedal or Electro Harmonix product, and I have owned, dozens. I've owned at least 50 Electro Harmonix products, at least. Volume, tone, sustain. Pedal's so easy to use, even I can figure it out. The guitar goes into the in and out to the amp. And you would take these batteries off to put in a 9-volt battery if you want to do it that way. All right, let's see what else we got in the box. Bubble tape. And we've got the Electro Harmonix Triangle manual, which I will Star Wars across the screen in case you lose yours. So this is how they do it in Star Wars. And you can stop the video if you lost your manual and you need to read this one. But, I mean, who really needs the manual on this, right? I'm only doing this in case you're like, well, I want to see it. I don't have one. I bought a used dirty pedal from a pawn shop and I didn't get one. So that's what that looks like. You can pause the video to take a look. We've got the warranty card, which, I mean, I bought it used, but I would just take it back to the music store I bought it from, but trust, I'm not going to have a problem here. Electro Harmonix is, not only are they cool, not only do they sound good, not only have they been around since 1969 or whatever it was, but their pedals aren't going to break. I've never had a broken one anyway. All right, the Triangle Muff. So what are we expecting here? I don't think it's going to be as thick as a Ram's Head or a New York. I know it's going to sound different than the Russian, and it's definitely going to sound different than the orange Op Amp. But what we should expect here is a little looser, a little more of an, it's going to be a fuzz, but she's going to be a little looser like an overdrive. Let's check it out. All right, the test platform today is what I always test on, which is a Fender Deluxe Reverb Tone Master because it is a neutral amp for pedals. As well, we've got an American Telly. I just find that to be a neutral platform for testing. So bear with me while we hook some things up here. Go ahead and get the J-Mascis coil cable into the in. That will do my guitar. And then we'll come over here to the Fender Deluxe Reverb and we'll go ahead and flick it on. Grab the telly. And we're going to be off to the races. Pedals these days require power, so I'm even gonna go ahead and treat it to 9 volts of delicious DC power. Probably half an amp's current, or, you know, it's not gonna suck half an amp, but it's a proper guitar pedal power jack. All right. All knobs at 12. Sustain for days, as you would expect from any Big Muff, really. Let's see, we'll do, this is all basically 12 o'clock. Let's do the tone all the way down. You would expect the treble to get sucked out. Alternative to that, with the tone all the way up, you would expect the treble to be there. Some sort of high mid boost. We'll put her at 12, should be fairly neutral. Let's bring the sustain down to about, right, so. Off. On. Let's crank it. So in my opinion, it's way different than the Russian. At some point, I will compare the two of them. In fact, I'll compare all the muffs at some point. I'll do a video. It's different than the Russian. It's different than the orange op amp. It's close to the Ram's head. I think the Triangle and the Ram's head are separated by maybe 10%. The Ram's head's just a little thicker, a little gooier. That's just my opinion. Please let me know what you think. You know, go, hey, the Triangle compared to da-da-da-da is like this. The Triangle compared to da-da, you know. The Russian's hard to explain. It's a beast all its own. I own not only the 90s, the Great Big Russian tank, but I also own the little one too. Also the Fender Tonemaster Pro. Does an okay emulation of the Big Muff Russian. The Fender Tonemaster Pro also does the Big Muff New York, and to tell you the truth, I've never used it. I've literally never dialed it up. Look at all the dust on that. I'm gonna hear it for about that dust on the comments. You know, I'll do 8 minutes about awesome guitar pedals, and one guy will go, The dust. Hey, let's talk about the dust. Well, I do have a 1-hour video on dust. I really do. You can check it out. Go search in my videos. I have a 1-hour video about dust in my studio and just dust in general and what you can do about it. So for any of you guys that want to comment on the dust, just go ahead and search that dust video up. So yeah, so this has been the Triangle Muff. I like it quite a bit. Personal preference. I like the ram's head just a little bit more. I knocked the tone selector switch right off my telly. That's how hot this Triangle Muff is. Yeah, so I don't know what else there is to say about the Big Muff Triangle pedal. I like it. I don't like it as much as the ram's head, even at 5% or 10% different. I think the ram's head is a little gooier. I don't even know where it is at this point. You can see my op amp orange here. And then we've got the ram's head due for unboxing and review. Heather Learns Guitar will be unboxing and reviewing that. And then you can actually see the big Russian tank back there. The Sovtek, right? So, but I do maintain that the Triangle is a good shape in general, pedals aside. Now, if we come over to the shout-out list for Quest for Gear, I think we could be using a triangle hierarchy to all enrichen ourselves. So, if Vic the Synth Guy, if we use the triangle economic grifter model, if Vic would just send Sean $1, and then Sean sends the dollar to 111, and 111 sends it to John Dotson, and John Dotson sends Searching for Tone $1. If we all just send each other $1, and it triangles up and becomes a triangle hierarchy, right? Now, YouTube seems to think that I'm running some sort of pyramid. I can't even say the word, but it's not. It's not a pyramid. It's not one of those. It's a triangle. So let's just send them dollars, send them up, and yay, this has been Quest for Gear. If you like grifting triangle shapes and Big Muff pedals, please consider liking and subscribing so that we can keep bringing you home recording, amateur, bass, synths, drums, E-drums, ukuleles, and Pomeranians. Every time I get a subscribe, Chewy gets a pet, or a treat, or a piece of roast beef. All right, thanks for watching.